So I'm going to begin. And I apologize again, okay? Okay, guys. And we want to come to sitting up straight in our chairs. We're going to start out by adjusting the body, allowing the weight to fall down from our knees into our feet. Tuck the belly in, sit up a little bit taller, but relax the shoulders. And as you relax the shoulders, I want you to still think about having an elongated neck all the way up to the lower base of the neck and then to the crown of the head. Allow the tongue to fall away from the jaw. Feel your feet on the ground. Wiggle the toes and then relax. See if you can feel the full body here in this space, just checking in and seeing how you feel from the crown of the head down to the feet, from the feet to the crown of the head. Take about 5 or 6 breaths. Breathing in and out. And see if you can just find a rhythm for your breath without trying to adjust it or force it to be any certain way. If you like, you can even take a hand and maybe place one hand on the chest and another hand on the belly. Just notice the rise and the fall. Allow the body to stay strong, but notice the rise and the fall of the breath. Inhale, breathing in. Exhale, letting go. Inhale, breathing in. Exhale, letting go. Take about 3 breaths here. We're going to do this collectively. I want you to exhale all the air out of your lungs. Navel touches the spine. And then inhale and breathe in. Allow the breath to fill up the full body. And exhale, as you release, allow the vibration to come out through the mouth. Nobody can hear you. You're by yourself, you're private. So allow yourself to really let it go. Exhale again, all the air out of the lungs. Navel touches the spine. Belly sits up a little bit higher, chest rises. And exhale, let it go. Last one, make it your own. Nice big belly breath in. Pause for a moment this time. And then slowly let it out with a vibration. Almost like a sigh of relief. You can drop your hands back down by your sides. Let the weight fall from your shoulders down your elbows to your fingertips. Inhaling and exhaling. Make sure now that your feet are really hips width apart while you're Arms are down by the sides. I want you to just notice how hips width apart allows the body to really create a foundation where the knees are stacked on top of the ankles and the soles of the foot. The hands are by the sides, shoulders length, and you're in this almost square position with your hips. You can only take your two fists and place them together and hug the inner arches of your knees around your fists. And when you look down, you should see an H, a big capital H. This is how you know you're at your base. So you're in this square position, body aligned, and that's how it feels. And then if you need a measurement, your two fists pressed together in between the inner arches of your knees, and you see an H, and that's how you find your base. There's two ways to find it. Know that at any time in your practice, you can always come back here to this base position. And we'll take a few breaths and just breathe in and out to allow yourself to regain your energy and then participate back in the class. This is a resting place. It's a safe place. We're also going to be revisiting this throughout the practice. As we go through a flow, this is one of the things that we use to help us lift up in our foundation and help us to keep our bodies safe and also allow us to get the most out of each breath. So breathe in and out and take a few more breaths as we get ready to come into our chair yoga practice. On your next inhale, breathe in and allow your arms to rise. Extend them out. Roll the shoulder blades back away from the ears. Tuck the tailbone in just a little bit and sit up a little bit straighter all the way from your sits bone up the spine. See if you can feel each vertebrae in your spine stack all the way up to the nape of the neck. When you roll the shoulders out, imagine that your shoulder blades are pulling apart as if you were a bird, your wings would fly apart. Allow the fingertips to be long. So if our hands are kind of clenched, we want to let the fingertips and the hands go. Feel the air and the energy. We're going to take our hands, sky flip them up towards the ceiling, palms facing the ceiling. Inhale and breathe in and allow the arms to rise. Roll the fingertips around as they interlace and press up towards the ceiling. Belly rises and lifts up. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Mountain pose. You're going to lean towards your right. Now you're bent just a little bit and you're going to pivot back on your left shoulder and look up so that you can see the inside of your elbow. So that pivot is important because when we pivot, that allows us to breathe. And as you find yourself comfortable in a position, I want you to just take a nice inhale in and then come back to center. Use that inhale to help you come back to center. Use that exhale to help you come back to center. Press up once again, palms pressed towards the ceiling. We're just going to go right over to the other side, to the left. Pivot back on the right shoulder, look up at the right elbow. Keep both sits bones down on the ground and take a nice big inhale in and breathe in. Feel that breath come all the way down through the rib cage and through the back body. And then on the exhale, come back to center. Now the arms are going to be tired, but I want you to be steady as you let go of the fingertips. Bring the arms slowly down by the side. 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. And we'll bring them all the way down. Notice how that just impacted the body. Allow the arms to be heavy. Feel the blood rush down from the shoulders into the fingertips. Inhale and breathe in, using your strength. Lift up out of your rib cage, and this time back bend slightly. Bring your hands behind you. Allow the palms this time to be parallel to one another. Mountain pose. Arms extended, reaching for the sky. Now you're going to exhale and you're going to bring the hands down again, but this time I want you to bring them to shoulders length. We're going to start to do some shoulder rolls. I want you to be paced with these rolls. So find a rhythm and roll your shoulders to the rhythm of the breath, not too fast, but rolling up, inhaling, exhaling as you release down. So your bicep is pushing up, your tricep is pushing into your bicep. On the lower end, the bicep is falling onto the tricep, and the tricep is steady and holding the weight up. They're very little, they're not really big rolls. You're breathing in and out. I want you to squeeze from the core and sit up a little bit taller in your body. Beautiful position, guys. You guys are doing great from those I can see. And then bring the hands back down by the sides. You're going to feel like your shoulders have just done a whole lot of work because they did. Pause here for a moment and just breathe. Inhale, arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead, mountain pose. Exhale, we're going to come forward. First forward fold of the class. Forward fold, we come down, belly presses towards the thighs. The back body is loose, vertebrae by vertebrae pulls apart. Let the chin come down to the chest. Let the head hang heavy, arms hang heavy. First forward fold of the class, really embrace it. If you like, you can even reach for opposite elbows. That's your choice. And if you want, you can maybe move the arms back and forth or shake the head yes and no. Take another deep inhale here, and I want you to prepare yourself to come into a half lift, flat back. We're going to squeeze the core, lift up out of the core, lifting up out of our base, pressing the chest forward, pressing our rib cage towards our chest and our head forward like we're in a runner's lunge, ready to take off. Hands come behind us like they're parallel. We're almost floating our upper body in space. Even though the chest is slightly curved at an angle, we're still aware of this. We're still reaching out. We're still active in our core. Breathe in and out. It's the first half lift, flat back. I really want you to allow the belly to wrap around the back body. Feel your abs, feel your core, engage it. This is what you're going to use, not your lower back. You're going to use your belly to help you lift up. Remember that. Through each time we do a flow, you use the belly. Feel those muscles, squeeze those muscles, and then we're going to exhale, let go, and go into a restore pose, which is the forward fold. Think of forward fold as restoration. You relax, let everything fall away. Anything, any weight, any tension, let it all go. Take a nice deep inhale in, breathe in, squeeze that core, come up through your half lift, flat back. Arms are going to rise up steady. Inhale and breathe in. Fingertips rise, touching the ceiling. Mountain pose. You're touching the top of the clouds from your mountain. The peak of the mountain is at the top. Look up, gaze up, see how beautiful it is. Allow the neck to feel the pull. Let the chin touch the clouds. Keep breathing and then exhale. Bring the hands back down by the side slowly. 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Hands come down by the sides. Pause for a moment. You're in your resting space. Take your chin on your next exhale and let it go, bringing the chin to the chest. Breathe in and out. Feel the nape of the neck kind of pull forward from gravity, but sit up a little bit taller, coming up from the core, tucking in the tailbone just a little bit. You don't want to be hunched over. You want to still be up straight in your back body. Nice alignment. Only your chin tucks into the chest. You can take your hands and you can place them on your thighs. Notice how your neck feels. It's really important to tune into the neck body because a lot of times it is the first thing to become stiff. It's the first thing that we notice has tension in it. And just see the level. If you could grade it almost, you could maybe give yourself a grade on this so that you can be careful, knowing how much pressure maybe you can tolerate and stand. So you want to be very gentle on the neck body. Once you do this check in, I want you to take your right ear and bring it towards your right shoulder. If you like, I invite you to close your eyes and just trust yourself. Almost imagine that you can feel the stretch coming down the left side, the right side of the body, the left side of the neck. Breathe in and out. Just feel it. Take your left hand. You bring your left hand out to your side if it's in your practice. If it's too strenuous, don't do it. Otherwise, bring your hand out towards the side and almost like you're washing a car. I want you to just circle back and forth with the hand extended. Palm is washing the air, washing the car. It's just grazing over it. Take a nice inhale in and then see if you can let go a little bit more. Fingertips come back towards the uh, left thigh. I want you to take your chin, tuck it back into your center chest. Like adjust the body so that the back is straight, spine is strong. Inhale and breathe in. And exhale, let go. Again, get a sense of what that just did to your neck body on your left side. I just really want you to notice where your gauge is. You're gauging the temperature of your neck. You're gauging the flexibility. And you're going to take your left ear and bring it towards your left shoulder. You're going to allow your right side of the neck to stretch and expand. You can stay here if you like. And just continuing to breathe in and out, using the breath to help that stretch, elongate. Or you can take your right hand and bring it out to the right side. Take your hand almost like you're washing on the right side and press back and forth. Again, if it's not in your practice, don't do it. I want you to honor your body at all times. Breathing in and out, steady and slowly. Sometimes we hold the breath when we are in a pose, but here we want to continue to breathe in and out. Then bring our right hand back onto our thigh and tuck our chin back down into our chest. Belly and chest rises. And then on the exhale, we release and let go. One more, belly and chest rises. And then we let go. We're going to start to do a roll. Bring your right ear towards your right shoulder as you roll up. Pause for a second, and on the exhale, roll back down, roll right through the center chest to the left side, left ear to the left side. Do this about 3 more times. So you do it 4 times in all. But use your breath to help you breathe and to help you move. And then when you get back on to the right side, if it's in your practice, I want you to do a full 360-degree roll 4 times one way and then reverse. But if it's not in your practice, I want you to continue to do your half roll. Okay? You do not have to do a full 360 degrees if it's not in your practice. Somebody asked me that last class, and I really want you to tune in to how the neck feels. We're going to come back and we're going to meet back at the center chest when you're done. Give you guys a few more moments to get there so we all meet at the same place. If you're there before everybody else, just continue to breathe. Slowly, we're going to take our hands, make sure that they're back on our thighs if they're not there already. You're going to press your chest forward, allow the top of your head to pull back, let the chin come up towards the ceiling, arch the back body, allow the tailbone to still be anchored into the sits bone and the sits bone into the chair. Allow that chest to press forward, heart rises, clavicle bone pulls apart, shoulder blades touch. Breathe in. On the exhale, I want you to tuck in that belly this time. Let the head now allow the chin to come towards the chest. Your back body is almost now like a dome shape. You're almost touching the chair behind you with your back. That back is poking out. The mid back is poking out. So these are our seated cat-cows. The next inhale that you have, I want you to come forward and reverse. Allow that arch to come forward. Here's our cow pose. Be gentle and graceful with your neck body. Don't overdo it on your spine. On the next, press back. Belly tucks in, chin tucks towards the chest, back body domes out. Think of a scared cat. Scared cat touches the back of the chair. Come forward. And now do this about 3 more times on your own. Matching the breath with the movement. 1 breath, 1 movement. Allow yourself to feel full here. Really give each movement the most that you have. You want to think about putting your all into it, but when you put your all into something, that doesn't necessarily mean it's strenuous. Sometimes that can just mean that you're fully balanced and that you're confident in what you're doing. And you're intentional about it. You're intentional about using every muscle in the body, and every single stretch. You put the fullness of your passion into it. Breathe in and out. Come back to eyesight level as we come back to base, and we're going to go through a flow. Arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. 1 breath, 1 movement. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Squeeze that core. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Belly extends. Rib cage comes up into the chest. Roll the shoulders down, away from the ears. Slowly but surely. Feel the blood start to come down into the fingertips. Breathe in through the full length of the body. From the crown of the head, through the hands, into the toes. See if you can be fully active, aware, and present here. Great. We're going to bring our hands up overhead, and we're going to pivot our body over towards the right side. Feel the stretch, feel the pivot. So you're pivoting up from the shoulder blades. Then your belly is twisting. Take a nice inhale in, and then come back to center and pivot towards the center. We're going to do a spinal twist towards the left side now. So we're only getting prepared. We're not coming all the way down. So we're going to pivot over towards the left. Keep the hands up, almost like you're touching the ceiling. Breathe in and out. Come back to center. And you're going to pivot over towards the right again. Take both hands, place them on the outside of the right thigh. Left hand is coming across the chest. It's touching the outside of the right thigh. The right hand, you can find a home for it. Temporarily, you're going to use the hand to help you get into an elongated position in your back body. As you breathe in and out, I want you to just notice the pull and the press of the breath on the chest. Know that this is normal. Then look behind you, looking over your right shoulder. Your chin is running over your right shoulder. Inhale and breathe, and exhale, release. And just stay in this pose, in this spinal twist. Adjust it as much as you need to, and then eventually, when you feel Like your back body is going to stay up on its own and you're not going to hunch. You can let the right hand kind of relax, but keep the left hand crossed over the thigh. And try to make peace with the breath in the spine. If you take a deep breath in, you might even hear your spine crack. And that's okay. Inhaling and exhaling, rock with the rhythm of the breath, and then find peace. Notice the full length of the body here. Be fully in touch from your feet to the crown of your head. See if maybe you can even smile while you're in this pose. And this is a restoration pose. Allow yourself to fully restore and relax. Let the neck remain elongated. Let your vision continue to run over the shoulder. So you're pressing into your boundary. You're challenging yourself while being completely still and getting the benefits of both practice and restoration at the same time. Slowly bring your hands and lift them up overhead. You don't want to switch now. You want to stay right where you are, pivoting over on your right side. You're just preparing to come out of the pose. And then slowly inhale and breathe in, lift up a little bit taller. And on the exhale, pivot towards the front so that your body is square in front of you. In front of you, in front of the room or the computer, whatever you're seeing. Now you're going to pivot now over towards the left. You're going to allow your body to get into that comfortable position. Readjust the legs as you need to and the sits bone. Bring both hands now to the outside of the left thigh. So now your right hand is crossed across your chest, is on the outside of your left thigh. Left hand now comes behind you to offer stability and support. Move if you need to. And then take your chin and look behind you. Allow the breath to carry you, the push and the pull, the rhythm and the flow. Inhale, breathing in. Exhale, letting go. It's okay, and it's only natural if the body kind of comes out of the pose a little bit. What you want to do is continue to allow your vision to help you to get to the boundary, the furthest part of where you're comfortable in your spine to twist. Know that one side is different than the other. You might have a completely different experience on this side. But just breathe with it and see if you can be accepting. Inhaling and exhaling. And finding peace in this pose. I'm going to take both hands and allow them to rise up, but still keep the body twisted. Inhale and breathe in, reach up a little bit taller, and on the exhale, come back to center, come back to square, readjusting the body to that nice base position. And bring our hands down by our sides. Beautiful. We're going to go through a flow, guys. So breathe in, arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, reaching up, lifting up overhead. Look up, gaze up. This time we're going to take our hands and bring them to our back body like we're placing our hands in our back jean pockets. If we had on jeans, our hands would be almost going into those pockets. We're going to use our elbows and kind of press them together. I don't know if you can see me. You're kind of pressing them together. You're doing that in your chair. There you go. Look up, gaze up, and just allow your hands to press into the lower back body. Let the upper chest lift up out of the rib cage as it back bends slightly. Allow the neck to be elongated, seated camel pose. Breathe in and out. If you like, you can take your vision and your gaze and send it up towards the ceiling as well. Keep your hands on your back body for support. The more you press the elbows together, the longer your chest is going to feel, the longer it's going to be elongated, and the more you're going to get a curve in your back body. Bring your hands back to center, tuck the tailbone in, bring the chest back down to eyesight level. Just be gentle. Arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead, back bend slightly. Feel the way that camel pose just impacted your back. Don't neglect it. See that it did something to it. Exhale, forward fold, chin tucks into the chest. So now we're doing an inverse. Chin tucks into the chest. Inhale, half lift, flat back. You can feel that stretch in the back body. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Lifting up, reaching up overhead. Beautiful. Exhale, hands come down slowly by the sides. 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Maybe smile. That congratulate yourself for getting through that, right? Breathe in and out. Arms come out in front of you. Extend those arms out, roll those shoulders down so that you're not lifting up from your shoulders, but that you have some great space there. We're going to take our right fingertips and wiggle them. Take them and place them on the left shoulder. Left fingertips, wiggle them. And then place them underneath on the shoulder blade of your right side. So lift up your elbows so that you have a little triangle in front of you. You want to have that space so that you can breathe. Tuck your chest in, tuck your chin into your chest. And as you do that, you can see through that. I want you to take about 4 or 5 breaths here. You don't have to be exaggerated, just breathe in and out until you find that you have a steady back body. Your goal is to have a strong body coming from the core. Your arms, you're going to start to feel a little bit of burn, but that's fine. You want to keep them lifted. You want to get into the habit of keeping them lifted off the chest. Slowly, you're going to start to lift up your elbows so that it's almost tracing a line up towards the wall. You're back bending the body slightly. The same way we did the camel, you can kind of feel that extension in the back. It almost mimics it. Keep those elbows up. Keep the chin into the chest, though. And then exhale, you're going to forward fold. Bring those elbows down by your thighs. Breathe in and out. Chin stays tucked into the chest. There's space for you to breathe. Your elbows are probably on the outside of your knees, because when you have yourself in that base position and your forward fold is over, your elbows have a tendency to just hang over the thighs. Eventually your chest just starts to press down towards the thighs, and you can just really feel gravity take a hold, but you want to hold on to those shoulder blades as it does this, and it almost pulls them apart and gives them a little bit of a decompression. Take a nice inhale in and then exhale. Next inhale in, you're going to use that for your strength to lift up through your half lift flat back. And then you're going to come all the way up towards mountain, but you're going to keep your hands held around you. You're not letting go. You're just mimicking that flow with your hands in this hugged position. Elbows come up towards the ceiling. Chin stays tucked into the chest. You should have a great hold to breathe and then come back to that stable base position. Keeping the arms where they are, staying in your hug position. And then twist to the left and the right 2 or 3 times. And then let go. Arms come down by the side. And just feel the left to the right. Take a breath. Notice the temperature of the body. Notice how it feels. It's a little unbalanced right now because one side is obviously feeling a little bit more decompressed than the other. But we're going to fix that. First, we're going to go through a flow, a regular flow. Arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. Squeeze that core. Roll those shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. All the way up, flying like a bird. Inhale and breathe in, and then exhale. Hands are going to come down by the sides. 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Yes, remember that steady flow, that rhythm, guys. Keep the rhythm. Nice belly breath in. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, bring the hands out in front of you. Take the left fingertips, wiggle the left fingertips. You're going to place them on the right shoulder. Take the right fingertips, wiggle them, and you're going to place them underneath so that you come up on the left side underneath that arm and you're pressing onto the shoulder blade. So now we're doing it on the opposite side. Lift up those elbows. You should have space. You should be able to see on this side as well. So when you tuck your chin into the chest, if I do it all the way, you're not going to be able to hear me, but your chin is really going to be into your chest, but you can breathe. Now, as you take your next inhale and exhale, feel how the fingertips pull apart the shoulder blades. Take your belly, allow the belly to lift up through your rib cage, from your rib cage into your chest, back bend the body. And allow the elbows to trace that line up towards the ceiling. Chin stays tucked into the chest. You're using the strength of your belly and your back and your muscles to help you stay up. Your back body is lifting up out of the rib cage. It's bursting through with life. Allow those elbows to come up a little bit higher, but keep that chin tucked into the chest. And on the exhale, come forward, coming down towards the thighs into that forward fold. You're allowing your hands to stay wrapped around you in this hugging pose. Elbows come down right in front of the knees, hanging over. The arms are still wrapped around, touching the shoulder blades. Chin is still tucked into the chest. And we stay here for a moment and just breathe. Taking big inhales and exhales in, and you can notice how that really starts to get into the mid-back body. That's what I really love about this pose. We get into the mid-back, and the mid-back doesn't get a lot of attention. Keep your feet also pressed on the ground. You want to make sure they're still in that parallel position, hips width apart. Squeeze that core on the next inhale in. I want you to squeeze the belly, come back up, lifting up through the half lift. Again, all the way up into the mountain pose where the elbows are touching the ceiling, touching the sky, the clouds. It's going past the peak, and chin stays tucked into the chest. Breathing in and out, and then come back to our center base, but still keeping ourselves in this hug pose, still keeping our elbows up off the chest. And then twist to the left and to the right. You just want to be able to regain the self and then let go slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to do an inversion after we go through our flow on this. It's going to feel really good. Right now, you're just loosening everything up. So inhale, breathe in, arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, lift up, reach up, almost like you're stretching to come out of bed. Actually, take your left hand, lift it up a little bit higher. And then your right, and go back and forth, lifting out of your rib cage, almost like you're doing a mountain climber. Really feel yourself, but go with your breath. Waking up out of bed and then bring the hands down by the sides. The longest stretch that you've ever had. It's like the yawn stretch. Oh, I'm just waking up. Then bring your hands behind you. Press the shoulders back. Interlace the fingers. If you want to keep your hands just placed right on top of the tailbone, you can. But if it's in your practice to elongate those arms, stretching out those elbows, leaning forward, you can do that as well. And you're going to feel the inversion of that shoulder stretch that we just did. Exhale and breathe in, and then just let the hands go and fast. Like, try not to hold them. Just, there you go, like a rag doll. Yeah, we go. Sit up a little bit taller. Come back to base. Great. And breathe in and out.
I have to leave. Is
If
there a class next week?
Hold on one second. All right, so let's continue to breathe in and out. We're going to start to actually come down now to the lower part of our body. So we're going to take our hands, we're going to interlace our fingers, lift up on our right knee. I always like to start with a knee lift just to get us to where we got to go. The fingertips are hugging the knee, so the weight falls from the knee into the fingertips. It pulls apart on the shoulder blade, so you will feel some stretch there. Allow yourself to just breathe in and out. Maybe let the chin tuck a little bit towards the chest. Your body just wants to hunch over. And then go against that grain. Use that resistance. Lift up that knee. Bring the knee up towards the right armpit. We bring it up towards the right armpit so that we have space to breathe. And just pause here. Squeeze the core. Allow the body to be firm and anchored. Slowly lower the leg down. They're beautiful. We're going to bring up our hands. And we're going to wrap our hands around the left knee this time. Getting that gain. The reason why we lifted up is we wanted to get a little bit more of length in our chest and start out from a good place where our body isn't hunched over to start. Then once we get into the position that we really got our knee wrapped, we can start to let the body relax, letting the weight fall from the knee into the fingertips, the chin towards the chest, the elongated arms. Breathing in and out, almost really hear your breath. Slowly start to lift up, bring that knee on the left side up towards the left armpit. Sit up a little bit taller. Breathing in and out. Squeezing the core, keeping the strength from the belly. That's our best bet, the belly, right? And then slowly let the leg back down. Arms rise, lift up, reach up overhead. We're going to go through a flow. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. And bring the hands down by the sides. We're going to do another flow, but we're going to stop before we come up all the way. So we're going to do a pose in between our legs. So let's get our arms up. We're going to reach up overhead, mountain pose. And then we're going to exhale, forward fold, but we're going to spread out our legs first. We want to open up the legs so that the inner thighs is stretched. And we're going to exhale, squeeze the core, forward fold. If you don't want to come all the way down, you can bring your hands to your thighs and just stay about halfway. But for everybody else, you can bring your hands down all the way to the ground and let your head hang heavy. Breathing in and out. See if you can let the neck be heavy and loose. Almost like your crown of your head is mirroring the ground beneath you. Take both hands and now wrap them around your ankles. So I'm going to move this so that you can kind of see. Hands around the ankles. There we go. Okay. So hands around the ankles. And then we're going to take our right hand and we're going to squeeze a little bit harder. We're going to squeeze a little bit more around that right ankle. And then we're going to take our left hand and we're going to lift it up towards the ceiling. We're going to try to keep both sits bones down on the ground. Left hand is in a nice long position. And I'll bring this up so you can see it's a straight position. It's not behind me here. It's not in front of me. It's in a straight position. So it's a long line of energy. Breathing in and out. And we're going to slowly bring that left hand down, wrapping it to the inside of our ankle. Again, our elbow comes to the inside of the body. It's on the inside of the legs, right? So elbow, if you need to see me, I got my elbow on the inside. Both hands are wrapped around the inside of the ankles. That's our leverage. When we wrap on the inside, we can use our leg as leverage. Now I'm going to allow my right hand to lift up, reach up towards the ceiling while my left hand remains wrapped around the inner ankle on my left leg. Right hand is towards the sky. Again, same way. Not all the way back behind me, not all the way out in front of me, but up. Breathing in and out, keeping our bodies anchored into the chair. Slowly exhale, come back down, wrapping both around. The reason we want to wrap them both is that we want to stay in this safe position, okay? Then we're going to start to walk ourselves up using our thumbs, taking it one step at a time. Really important that we take our time here. And then finally come back up to a seated position. We're going to do a flow, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms lift, reaching up. And exhale, hands come down by the sides. All right, we're going to stretch out the lower legs now. So we're going to take our leg, lift it up with our knee again, and I just want you to kind of press your foot forward. Just so that you know you're pressing it forward, you're going to continue in that motion and press that foot out in front of you so that the ankle is down on the floor. The foot is waving hello. Well, it was like the foot is like, hi, how are you? Ankle is on the ground. You're nice and secure. If you want to hold on to the chair, you can, but you don't have to. Your left foot comes out and on top of the right, it's placed. Both feet, the toes are waving hello. And if you like, you can relax the ankle once you do that. You just don't want to be pointing forward. You want to make sure that you're up and you're secure. Okay? Next, we take our bodies and we lean forward. Holding on to the chair if you like. You can continue to hold on or you can just let go. But just make sure you get into a comfy position. And then slowly, your upper body is going to start to lean forward. Now, you don't have to be very flexible for this, okay? What it is that eventually through your breath, your body will just start to ease towards your thighs. So imagine where you start is probably not going to be the place where you end, okay? Close those eyes, breathe in easy. Allow yourself to just go with the flow. Feel the length of the hamstring stretch. It's really important to stretch out those hamstrings. And as you breathe in and out, know that the breath is going to make the upper body rise and fall. So allow the rise and fall to happen. Matter of fact, try to go with the rhythm of that. Try to keep the chin tucked towards the chest. Relax the shoulders, relax the fingertips. And little by little, just fall a little bit more into the pose. Nothing to do and nowhere to go but ride the waves of breath. Breathing in and out. And little by little, you'll start to feel stuff just relax, and you'll start to feel like your ankles let go, and maybe your hands or your shoulders become a little bit more relaxed and heavy. And that's okay, that's natural. Slowly bring your feet back to hips width apart, knees bent. Then bring your belly up, your chest, and then your head. Take your time. Take a breath or two in and out. We're going to lift up now on our left leg. Bring that left leg as if you're pressing in front of you. And then press that foot out, bringing it stretched. Ankle towards the ground like we did before. Toes wave hello. Right leg comes up, comes right on top. If you want to hold on to the seat, you can. You don't have to. Your choice. And you can start to lean the body forward using the breath, inhaling and exhaling. Chin tucks towards the chest. Even if you're not like a pancake, you don't need to be. Even if you're only hunched over a little bit, that's fine. You're just going to start to feel the waves of breath and the rise and the fall because the belly presses towards those thighs. And little by little, you'll relax. Allow the breath to be fluid. And here's a moment and opportunity to really make peace. Peace with yourself, with the moment, with the space around you. Slowly take your feet, bring them back to hips width apart with the knees bent. Then take your belly, your chest, and your head. We're going to go through our last flow of the class. Arms rise, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. And then bring your hands to your thighs. I'd like you to close the eyes. Relax the shoulders. You can feel your feet on the ground. Make sure that they're secure. Maybe wiggle the toes so you get them comfortable. Let the weight fall from your knees down into your heels. Allow the feet to tread light almost. It's almost like you're treading right on top of the floor. But relax the body, relax the belly. Let the tongue fall away from the top of the mouth. Congratulate yourself on a job well done as we prepare for Savasana. And you didn't have to come to class today, and you did. And you were also very patient. And you didn't have to be, but you were. Continue to breathe in and out. Continue to notice yourself in the space around you and just let the body go. Let the mind be free. Whatever comes, comes, and whatever goes, goes. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, allowing some light to flutter in. Allow your hands to rise up one more time as we close class. Bring your hands to heart center, palms pressed. Namaste. Thank you very much. Thank you.